Thank you for listening here with your weekly musical showcase. I'm Tyler Wolf, your host for A Kind Voice on Music. We've got another great program lined up for you, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Today we shine a spotlight on Erin Lunsford of Erin and the Wildfire, based out of Charlottesville, Virginia. We are lucky enough to have her here with us on our program. Hello, Erin. Thanks for being here.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's so nice to finally talk. I know that we've been emailing back and forth. We really appreciate you donating some of your time, and we'll get to hear a little bit of Erin's music. But how's the weather down in Charlottesville?
You know what? We had such an overcast day, but it was actually cool. It's like the first signs of fall down here.
Nice. Yes, fall in Virginia is gorgeous, and I'm excited for it myself, being an Arlington resident. But it's been a pretty hot summer after a pretty crazy winter, so I'm also anticipating fall in the cooler weather. It's a little bit cooler up here, too, but how's the band going? How's any festivals you played recently?
Yeah, actually, we're fresh off of our biggest festival we played yesterday. It's Locken Festival out of Arrington, Virginia. It's about 40 miles south of Charlottesville on 29, and we played at noon yesterday. We opened up for Grace Potter and the Nocturnals, Willie Nelson, Wilco, and the Allman Brothers. It was a big deal for us, and it went really well. So.
Oh my gosh, that is a big deal for anyone. That is so amazing. It must be surreal, right? You're still living that.
It was. I'm definitely still coming down from that. It was amazing.
That is so great. Congratulations. And I know that you guys worked hard to get there. You also sort of won a contest to get there, or how did that work?
Yeah, definitely. It was called Rockin' to Locken. So it's supposed to be kind of a showcase of local talent, and they were going to pick a final winner. We ended up going through several preliminary rounds, and then we won the final. So we got a spot on the main stage at Locken, which was the biggest stage we've ever been on, probably. It was huge.
That is amazing. And to share a stage with those idolized people and musicians, I mean, did you get to meet anybody?
Yeah, I did. Grace Potter is one of my all-time favorites. I've been listening to her since high school, and you know, she's one of my idols. And also Susan Tedeschi Trucks Band was there, and she's also one of my idols. But I got to meet Grace yesterday. I took a picture with her, and I actually started crying after the picture, luckily after the picture was taken, because I was just so excited. It was very surreal. But. Yeah,
no kidding. Losing control of emotions and all sorts of things. I can only imagine meeting somebody that you idolize like that. And congratulations again on the Rockin' to Locken win.
Thank you very much.
Sure. That is a huge deal for a independent band out of Charlottesville, Virginia. This is including Ryan Lips on guitar, Matt Wood on bass, Nick Quinlan on drums, and, of course,
that's right,
Erin Lunsford, vocalist and acoustic guitarist. So I know the band was formed around 2012, a few years back. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you met and how the band got started?
Sure. So we all went to UVA, University of Virginia, together, and I was the president of this undergrad student recording group called O Records, and I actually handpicked each of the guys to join the group, and then I was like, hey, let's join a band. We've had some change up of players in the past couple of years, but we've been with this lineup for a year straight. We lost our piano player last year, so we were a 5-piece, and now we're back to a 4-piece. But yeah, we all met through UVA, so we've known each other for a while now.
That's cool. And college, were you all in college for music, or?
We all took music classes. My guitarist was math and physics major. My drummer was an econ and music major. My bassist was a music major. And I was psychology pre-med and music.
Wow. And yes, you're certainly accomplished yourself as a solo act, and then these guys with this tight rhythm section, I mean, they're amazing. You guys are a great, great band, and in only 2 years, how do you explain this wonderful success?
Well, that is so kind of you. Kind voices. We've been practicing really hard. I mean, I worked my butt off trying to promote us, and get our name out there and, build a community of people that enjoy our music and, relate to fans. And we also, we practice really hard. We work together to write, and we're just always trying to improve ourselves and be humble, We've got a long ways to go, but we're definitely really proud of our success thus far.
No kidding. Definitely I hope there's a lot more left in you, and you have a lot longer to go, because I would love for you guys to just be able to touch the nation the way you've touched me. I'm a big fan, and I can't wait to get to some of your tunes later. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But I also want to tell people how they can support you and how they can help support other independent artists through crowdsourcing. Tell us a little bit about that new single that we're trying to get funded here.
Definitely. So I think the title track for the single it's going to be a 3-track single, and the title track will be "Blame the Rain," which is a pretty new song of ours. So we just got in the studio and started recording. So we're gonna have that balance to settle up with soon. So we definitely need some help there on the Kickstarter. But it's going so well. We recorded last summer our debut EP. We recorded 5 songs in 9 hours, and I just can't believe that we did that in retrospect. I'm so proud that we did that, but it seems impossible at this point. I don't even know how it happened, but we definitely are spending a little more time to make these a little more special and add some ear candy in there, and really taking some serious thought to make it exactly what we want it to be. So yeah, if people can donate to our Kickstarter to kind of help us.
That's right. There's only actually less than 2 weeks left, so make sure you find the link in on the episode info on the website here, and you can also just check it out at Kickstarter and look up Erin and the Wildfire, and don't miss your chance to support some great independent American songwriting. So speaking of some of your songwriting, I know that you've actually won a few awards. You are a very accomplished songwriter. Tell us a little bit about that track, Best I've Ever Been, and how it won the Rapunzel Songwriting Contest.
So Best I've Ever Been is a song that is really, really close to my heart. I wrote it 2 years ago, and it was kind of one of those songs that encompassed everything that you wanted to say to someone after a breakup that you forgot to say during. It's all those things that you wish you had said. And Rapunzel is an amazing competition. It brings people from far and wide. They sort through hundreds of entries, and then they pick 30 finalists, and we actually all play live for a panel of judges. So it's a really fun night. It's really emotional. Everybody's just wearing their heart on their sleeve, putting it all out on the line. And it was actually the day after we released that EP that I won the competition. So it was a really exciting weekend. But I really love that song, and we've gotten a lot of traction out of it. People really seem to vibe with it.
It is a great song. Are you kidding me? There's a reason it won first place. And congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Sure. And we will play the song tonight on the air, on the show, so make sure you stick around, stay tuned. We'll probably have that be the final, tease everyone and make them wait until the end. But yeah, 11th Annual Rapunzel Songwriting Contest winner, first place, is here with us. We're very thankful. And you also won a vocalist contest. Tell us a little bit about Paramount Idol. Sure. So Paramount Idol is a regional competition that's held in Charlottesville, Virginia, and that's where we're located as well. And I just auditioned for it, and it was actually kind of a sob story the first day. They held auditions at like 9 in the morning, and I had lost my voice. But I creaked out a couple notes, and they were like, okay, but you better not talk the rest of the day, and they let me have the golden ticket to go through to the next round, and I got through to that round, which meant that I was one of the 10 finalists, and then they sent us to a couple weeks of practice time. We did a group number. I mean, it was kind of like American Idol, that's what they were going for, and it was a blast. I bonded with the other finalists, and then I won that one too, and it was so fun. We got to play with a live band for the finale, and it was a blast. That's really cool. What an experience. I mean, I definitely feel like a TV star, like a reality show star. I mean, And you obviously earned your spot, so that's really cool. Congratulations on the first place win at that contest as well.
Thank you.
Sure. So, speaking of these kind of, I guess, reality TV shows and things of this nature, shining quite a big spotlight on music and songwriting and things like that. How do you feel like that's affecting your industry?
I think that it kind of opens up doors for a lot of people to try it out. I actually tried out for The Voice myself. I did a managerial audition, which is where you walk in with a manager into the production studio. You don't do the thing where you wait in line, and I made it through several rounds. But then when it got to the point where they try to ask you questions about your life so that you seem like you'd be an interesting character on the show. And I didn't really have anything good because my life is just pretty great. I didn't have any tragedies to share, I guess. Not yet, at least, knock on wood.
Or maybe just not showing them and not letting any of them hold you back and not using them as some sort of jump rope to get into the industry. So
exactly.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
But no, I think those shows are fun. I mean, I love to watch. One of the reasons that I think I've had the success that I do is because I want to be competitive and I want to get better, and I like, trying to do things that other vocalists do and trying to imitate them. And I think that competition and stuff really allows people to see what else is out there, and it also lends a helping hand to some people who wouldn't otherwise get that boost to the top,
Yeah, absolutely. So, maybe somebody not as accomplished to you, as accomplished as you are, being able to come in with a manager, but maybe somebody that, they do wait in all those lines and they finally get their break. So it's pretty amazing, and it is popular. I like watching the shows too, and so it's amazing that it's opening up a new avenue when it used to be you had to go to a record label and you had to have a manager, and actually you don't anymore, which is kind of refreshing. And I do really like how it's popular, and look what it's given us, people like you, and some more notoriety, and helps you get a little bit further. So I appreciate it for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about your solo album. So it was a debut EP that you put out, I think, a few years ago as well at the White Star Sound. Tell us a little bit about I Saw the Thread.
Sure. So I've been writing for about 6 or 7 years now. One of my first songs I wrote in my college dorm room, and it was called East of Me. It was literally about the dorm room that was to the east of me. And since then, I've just been kind of, working away at it, trying to craft better songs and think about the message that I want to send. And you can really think of this as my beginner EP. I mean, some of the songwriting are songs that my band and I still play, especially Hey James. That's one of our fans' favorites because it's kind of got a good story behind it. But yeah, that EP was an excellent learning experience. I used studio musicians who blew my mind as soon as they got in the studio. And I did a Kickstarter for that as well, which was successful.
Yeah, that's right.
That was about
Congratulations.
3 years ago, I guess. Thank you. But it was a huge learning experience. It was a risk, I had never done anything like that before. I wasn't sure, what kind of traction I might get out of that EP or not. But I had some good publicity on it here locally, and it kind of helped take my band to the next level because we finally had a recording to show people, But I love some of those songs. Some of them were, some of the first that I ever wrote. I wrote them in undergrad at UVA, and some of the first songs that I ever showed the guys when we started, practicing together. So.
Yeah, well, it's great. I mean, and the artwork on the album, like the whole thing, it's beautiful. I mean, tell us a little bit about just some of that eye candy that came with the album.
Yeah, absolutely. So that album artwork is very special to me. It's actually 3 feet by 3 feet big. It's a big piece of art that my ex-piano player did for me. It's all watercolor, and then the face that's on top is an acrylic, and he didn't show it to me until it was completely finished, and he put all these little secret things in it. So if you look closely, you'll see all of my parents' names, all of my best friends' names, all of my bandmates' names, and also little symbols that go with each of them. Like my best friend Her name is Sam, and it's in there, and it has, birds and a bee because she loves nature, and it's got my brother in there with a kayak. It has all these little, special memory things, and when I saw that, I just couldn't believe how special and how thoughtful it was. But, yeah, that is really fun to look at close up. There's some pictures online of that album art, and it's worth taking a look at.
Absolutely, and I will now. Now I'm going to look into it even further. But, yeah, I'm a huge fan, and it grabbed me as a whole. So now to be able to dissect it and sort of check it out, it's a beautiful piece of art. And so shout out to him. What's the artist's name? What's your former pianist's
Peter
name?
Michelle, and he is in South Korea teaching high school now.
Wow,
he actually left the band
artist.
last year to teach high school in the Dominican Republic, and now he's moved even farther away. We miss him dearly, but he's having a good time.
Absolutely, and he lives on through the artwork that he's left you to use with your music. That's amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And you can check out more at erinandthewildfire.com, all one word, of course. We need to take a quick break. We'll be right back with a little bit more, and I think I'm going to even play a little bit of your music, so everybody will love it. We'll be right back with more. Please stay tuned as we take our pause for the cause.
Hi. We're not sorry we missed you. Your call really isn't that important to us. But if you leave your name, number, and a brief message, a computer will record your voice, and a tiny red light on our phone will flash until we cover it with a piece of tape. Bye now.
What are you really saying to the customer who can't reach a real person? Help your business rediscover the lost art of human interaction with Ruby Receptionist, the virtual receptionist that does what no voice machine or ordinary answering service could ever do. From our offices in Portland, Oregon, Ruby handles all your calls with the perfect mix of friendliness and professionalism, making your customers feel special while making you look good, just like a full-time receptionist at a fraction of the cost. Try Ruby free for 14 days. Visit callruby.com, or better yet, call us, 866-611-RUBY.
Hi, I'm Claire Bloom, and I started End 68 Hours of Hunger to put bags of food in the hands of local children who have little or nothing to eat for the 68 hours between the free lunch they get in school on Friday and the free breakfast they get in school on Monday. Our vision is to end childhood hunger in America one school at a time, and that's how we operate. We start programs wherever we have 2 volunteers in a community who are prepared to step up and take responsibility for running the program, and we grow from there. Today, we're feeding 900 children each weekend in 29 communities, and we're growing. If you're interested in starting a program in your community, please visit our website at www.end68hoursofhunger.org and click on the tab at the top of the page that says FAQ. Everything you need to know about starting a program is there, including videos on how to talk with groups, how to set up your space, and even what kind of food to include in the bags. Feel free to reach out to me at end68hoursofhunger@gmail.com.
Welcome back. Thanks for listening to A Kind Voice on Music. I'm your host, Tyler Wolf, and today we're talking with Erin Lunsford of Erin and the Wildfire, based out of Charlottesville, Virginia. If you'd like to join our conversation, just call in at 347-850-8907. Let's hear some of this fine music from our featured guest. Here's a track off the self-titled debut EP from Erin and the Wildfire. This song is titled Weeds or Wishes.
to stay. Yeah, mama, he needs a haircut, but he cleans up nice. He's taking me downtown tonight. Tell me now, I wanna know, are they weeds or wishes? I can't decide. If I could steal your kisses, they'd all be Almost sundown, almost time to shake. Almost sundown, how much you wanna take? Yeah, mama, he's got some baggage, but he cleans up nice. If I fall hard, I'll say you right. Tell me now, I wanna know, are they weeds or wishes? I can't decide. If I could steal your kisses, they'd all be Are they weeds or wishes? I can't decide. If I could steal your kisses, they'd all be
That is some rippin' rock and roll from Erin Lunsford, Erin and the Wildfire's debut self-titled EP. What a jam. Tell us a little bit about that song, please.
Sure. So that one's called Weeds or Wishes, and it's actually about dandelions. When you pick up a dandelion, it's technically a weed, but if you blow on it, it's a wish. You can make a wish. And it's also mixed in there with some. I was actually going through Paramount Idol at the time I was writing that, and kind of dealing with this on-the-side romance, and it was just kind of wishy-washy, and I kind of wished it would pull through, and it didn't work out. So that's what that one's about.
But look what it gave us. I'm so happy it happened. I'm sorry about anything that you have salty feelings or anything. I wish you any bad, but that song is so good, and it's so worth it, whatever your experience was. So
thank
you for that. Thank you for that. No, it's amazing. Yeah, your voice is just so epic. It's amazing, and that guitar, Ryan is just ripping some dirty, muddy Southern goodness. There is just amazing.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Mad props. I love that song. And so that's off the 5-song EP, right?
Yeah, that's right. That was our self-titled debut EP.
Cool. Well, tell us a little bit about that recording process.
Sure. So, I won Paramount Idol, and through that we won some recording time. I won some recording time. And we needed a recording that was like actually our band. You know, the debut EP that I had, you know, didn't really showcase my players. It was just some studio musicians. So we had some originals to choose from, but we didn't have enough time to do, you know, a really full-length album. And we wanted something that would kind of represent our current sound. So we chose a cover that we really liked, which was "Staying Alive." And we kind of made it our own and slowed it down, and it's super groovy the way that we do it now, and the way that it is on the recording. And it's one of my favorite tracks on there. And, yeah, we actually laid down all 5 tracks in 9 hours. So we practiced our butts off so that we could go in and do everything in basically one take. We spent most of the day setting up because that's kind of how recording works. You got to set up all the mics, you know, set up the drums, get the sounds that you want, and then we laid everything down. And it was really fun. It was a great learning experience as well.
That's amazing. 9 hours? That's a session, man. Whoa.
Yeah, it was
That's
intense.
crazy. And like a lot of people don't really know on the outside. So albums can be upwards of millions of dollars in productions and in promotion and in studio time and musicians, and even just the sound editing and the mastering itself can be tens of thousands of dollars. So to be able to do something that quickly and on your own as an independent artist is something that's becoming a little bit more common, but it's still one of those things that is epically difficult to do on your own. So they need your help to keep putting out great music like this and to stay independent and to keep doing what they want and not what an executive wants. So to help them, you can do that by funding their new project through Kickstarter. They're trying to record that new single, a new EP, I believe it is, and 3 new tracks. And tell us the title of that new single.
So don't hold me to it, but I think we're going to go with "Blame the Rain."
Cool. So still work in progress.
Pretty new song of ours.
You heard it here. "Blame the Rain" is coming out with your help. They still need some more backers and pledges. Make sure you log on to Kickstarter and find Erin and the Wildfire. You can also get a little more info and hear some of their music, or some more of their music, at erinandthewildfire.com. They're also on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Make sure you tell a buddy, bring a friend, and world here, Erin and the Wildfire. We've got a little bit more music coming up. Next, we are going to play that track, "Staying Alive," that she spoke about, and it is amazing, by far my favorite track as well, off that debut EP, self-titled, from Erin and the Wildfire. We have to take a quick break again, but we will be right back with more from Erin Lunsford. Please stay tuned as we take our pause for the cause.
This is NASCAR driver Kurt Busch, and I am proud to support our nation's veterans. Do you know you can get a faster decision on your disability compensation claims by filing an electronic fully developed claim, or eClaim, on eBenefits? Take it from a guy who lives his life in the fast lane. Faster is better. Visit ebenefits.va.gov today to learn more.
eClaims online.
Hi, this is Corey from Runa. And at Runa, we make a number of different beverages, all from one leaf called guayusa. Guayusa is a naturally caffeinated leaf from the Ecuadorian Amazon. Indigenous peoples in that area have been brewing and drinking it like tea for thousands of years. All the guayusa that we sell is certified organic, fair trade, and non-GMO. And because guayusa is naturally packed with caffeine and antioxidants, it gives you this really nice, clear-headed, clean, and focused energy. We think of ourselves as a lifestyle brand because guayusa fuels you in doing whatever it is in your life that you need or love to do. So if it's one of those days where you need to sit at your desk for 8 hours and pound out some project or report, then guayusa is perfect for fueling you and doing that work. Alternatively, if it's a beautiful day out and you're going to do yoga in the park or you're going for a bike ride in the woods, then guayusa is perfect for fueling that as well. It gives you this amazing, full-body, wholesome energy and helps you feel fully alive. And that's why we call our company Runa. Runa is a Quechua word that actually means fully alive or fully living human being. We're sold in natural, organic food stores across the country. We're also in Whole Foods nationwide, and you can always find a store near you on our website with our store locator at runa.org. Go out to a store near you, grab a box or a bottle or a can, and crack one open and try one today.
Kind Voice Radio.
Welcome back. Thanks so much for listening to A Kind Voice on Music. I'm your host, Tyler Wolf. Today we're talking with Erin Lunsford from Erin and the Wildfire. If you'd like to join our conversation, just call us at 347-850-8907. Let's hear a little bit more music from our featured guest off the self-titled debut EP. This is Erin and the Wildfire. Oh man, oh me, oh my, what a jam. I love that song. It's amazing. So that was Staying Alive, of course, originally a Bee Gees tune, but definitely made your own there with that that track. Tell us a little bit about how much that song means to you guys.
So our drummer, Nick Quillen, he had the idea to kind of try out that cover, and, the original is pretty awesome. And we weren't sure really how to change it in a way that might be meaningful, and also still make it good. But we just kind of worked out this slow jam, and we added in that, the keys part on the organ, and I don't know, it just all kind of came together really naturally for us. And people really love that when we play it live. It's really a blast. It's a pretty dynamic song, from verse to chorus too, and it's got all those background harmonies. So it's a really fun one for us.
Yeah, it's so cool. I mean, seriously, girl, every time you hit that chorus, I get the chills. It's amazing.
Thank you.
It is amazing. It's a great cover. I mean, of course, you're right, originally a great tune, but it honestly, it's sort of hard for me to decide which one I like better. That's how good that cover of that song is to me. So, and that doesn't happen a whole lot. Yeah, especially with me. I love cover songs and everything, but I don't like hearing a band play everything exactly the way the groups played it. It's almost like I'm a jukebox, and just to hear a cover with that kind of soul, I mean, that fits you guys really well. That is your style. That's what your original sound like. So
thank you.
Put your own stamp on that song. That's amazing. Yes, well done. I mean, really, extreme fan of that track. And so I know we were talking a little bit about the recording process there for that self-titled debut EP, and you mentioned that was one of your favorite tracks to record. Tell us a little bit more about that process that I kind of stopped you and interrupted for that last commercial break, but I wanted to get more into that process. Tell us what it is like playing in the studio versus as you're used to, which is, to people.
Sure. So recording is pretty technical. You have to play to a click track, metronome. And so we practiced ahead of time to a click track so that we could come into the studio and, just kind of do it in one take. And typically, artists who have a lot of money and who have a producer and kind of a team behind them with more funding than we do, you can kind of take your time. You can play to the track, or play to the click, as you go along, and it's just a little bit more relaxed. But for this debut EP, we really had to be on point, and it was a challenge, but it was really fun. It was kind of like a crazy rat race through the day, trying to get everything done and get all the background vocals in, all the aux percussion, and it was a race to the finish for sure. And then we even had a show later that night, if I'm remembering correctly. It was just a crazy day.
Jeez, yeah. And after the 9 hours in the studio?
Yeah.
Oh man, no, that was probably a pretty intense show and a really good night's sleep after that, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
That's amazing. So speaking of shows, I know you got a lot of shows coming up. You're playing Wednesday and Friday. I know that we just talked about the Lock-In Fest where you got to meet some idols and you played all weekend last weekend. And tell us more about the shows. And obviously it differs a lot from the studio, but tell us about how life touring and sort of playing the music circuit is.
So we play mostly in Charlottesville, Virginia, and we play kind of in the regional areas like Waynesboro, Stanton, Richmond, and Roanoke, and Nelliesford. And, we try not to play too often right in the heart of Charlottesville because we don't want to saturate our market. There's kind of a fine line there. But we have a blast doing it. Over the summer and playing these past couple Rockin' to Lockin' competitions, we've really garnered a special support, like, fan group. And I've become close friends with, about 5 people that come to literally every single show now. I mean, we're starting to build that, like, really hardcore fan base of people who truly appreciate us and are incredibly supportive. I mean, I didn't really see that happening quite like that. I thought that we would kind of pull people in gradually, here and there, but they wouldn't be really diehard fans. But, man, I was wrong because we've got a couple of people who really heart and soul love us, and that makes our local shows especially fun. They even paid to get lock-in tickets, which were pretty pricey, for the 4-day festival, so that they could be there and see us. We haven't really done much touring at this point. We've done what I like to call the biggest little mini tour ever, which was one trip to New York. The first time was in March, and we went up to New York, played a Rockwood Music Hall, and had a couple. I think I sang on the way back. So 2 shows in one weekend, and it was a total waste of money. Definitely on the negative side there, but it was a blast. And since then, we've been back several times and starting to build some rapport up there with some of those venues. And I'm pleased to announce that when we do release our single, which we're aiming for, November, the first week in November, we're planning to tour for 2 to 3 weeks to support that. So it's going to be probably a New England tour.
Cool. Good luck on the tour, and man, that's so amazing that you're building a strong fan base down there. I'm a huge fan. I would be out there to see you all the time, and everyone out there listening, you can support live local music. You can do it too, and help bands like Erin and the Wildfire. Go to your local music venue. Go to your local pubs and support live local music, because this is how it breeds. This is how it is birthed. Erin and other musicians have their local live music supporters to thank for everything they have. So if you want to help, you can. Go support live local music. And if you want to help Erin specifically, definitely check out their website at erinandthewildfire.com. Don't forget their Kickstarter as well. Definitely log on to Kickstarter. You can pledge with as low as $1, and you can be helping support local music even outside of your area. And don't forget to support live local music in your area as well. So tell us more about these festivals. I know we talked about some shows. We talked about studio. Summer shows are a little bit different. Tell us about your festival experience. Of course, the Lock-In Fest was cool, but I know you guys played a wine fest, a craft show, a wing fest, and you even play museums and stuff. So tell us about these other summer gigs that come about and how much they mean to you guys.
So at this point in our career, we kind of we're not too choosy. When someone asks us to play, we're pretty much like, yeah, that would be awesome. And, we had the Kluge-Ruhe Museum of Aboriginal Art ask us to play. That's a local Charlottesville museum, and it's also extraordinary. They asked us to play, a night at the museum event, and it was a blast, and we actually had some people come out and, just come for that event because they had heard of us, and, little things like that keep happening here and there with all these local shows. The word's getting out, and people are wanting to come see us more, which is great.
Cool.
Back to the festivals thing, we play at the Virginia Summer Solstice Wine Festival, which is a blast. That's at Lazy Days Winery in Virginia, and that they have other local musicians, and we headlined that one this year, and it was a blast. So fun.
Cool.
We also made some of their band friends. Actually, we're gonna pair up with some bands that we met there, so it's kind of a good way to meet people too. The Wing Fest is fun. That's actually my hometown, Roanoke, Virginia. And we played that.
Cool.
That was just 2 weekends ago, I think. And they just redid this whole amazing amphitheater in downtown Roanoke and had this Wing Fest. I mean, it was, I think last year, I haven't heard the numbers for this year for the number of people, but I think it was 5,000 to 7,000 people there.
Whoa. And
we had a great time, and that's the kind of show where we play kind of a mix of our covers and our originals, just to kind of keep people tuned in, and then they'll hear a cover and they're like, oh, I like this song, I know this, and then they'll kind of stay tuned in for an original, and then back to the covers, So we really like doing those shows.
Absolutely, and those festivals and these big events, they're great ways to not only meet other musicians and other supporters of musicians, but you kind of can swap fans too. So a band might draw a bunch of fans like you guys, and then another group, they suddenly find that your fans kind of like them too. So then now it's sort of spreading that joy of enjoying live local music, and it's very special for sure. Touring and shows in the summer for musicians are always a blast. Well, we must break again. We'll be right back with more. Please stay tuned as we take our pause for the cause.
Hi, this is Tim from Team Trivia, and I really hope you're enjoying your weekly Team Trivia questions. The good news is the fun isn't limited to a kind voice. We have live shows all over the country where you can put all your knowledge of random or weird facts to use. It's completely free to play, and the best part is that there are great prizes. And if you're in charge of planning your company's holiday party or diversity training seminars, give us a call. With an impressive resume, including the Atlanta Braves, the Home Depot, and Delta, we can handle any corporate event needs for you. If you're in the Atlanta area, check out teamtrivia.com. For all of the regions, go to playteamtrivia.com. And call 1-866-5-TRIVIA when you want to book us for your next event. And be sure to mention you heard this ad on A Kind Voice to get 10% off.
This is P.J. Devlin. My new novel, Wissahickon Souls, tells the story of Claire Penniman, born free in Pennsylvania in 1806. Claire's smart, brave, and bold, qualities most whites find irksome in a Negro. More irksome is Claire's marriage to the white son of her employer. Join Claire in her struggle to forge a future determined by the call of her soul rather than the color of her skin. Wissahickon Souls is published by Possibilities Publishing Company, a small, independent publishing house built on the philosophy of partnership with authors rather than ownership of their work. You can find out more about me, order a copy of my book, and see the other great books they've published by visiting possibilitiespublishingcompany.com and clicking on our catalog. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tiffany with Friends from Home. Did you know that every year roughly 40 million Americans change their address? That's almost 13% of the U.S. population. Many of them move from one coast to the other and for many different reasons. A new job, better weather, or just a much-needed change. But no matter where you move, it can be hard to meet people that you connect with. That is what Friends from Home is all about. Find a community of people in your city that are from your home state or country without having to friend request strangers. You can also find events to meet people you'll have more rapport with. Visit friendsfromhome.com and get connected to kind voices that are from where you are from.
A Kind Voice Radio.
Welcome back. Thanks for listening to A Kind Voice on Music. I'm Tyler Wolf, and today we're talking with Erin Lunsford of Erin and the Wildfire, based out of Charlottesville, Virginia. If you'd like to join our conversation, just call 347-850-8907. Let's get back to the show and back to Erin. Okay, we're only going to take a little bit more of your time because unfortunately we're running out of time as well, and we want you to get back and make some of that beautiful music with your wonderful band. We do have a few more interview questions that are a bit off the wall too, just to close out our segment. So definitely don't lose touch here, and it's something that we need you to answer very quickly and sort of try to not to think too much, but also something that would be PC, sort of radio friendly as well, because we are a kind voice, and sometimes something crazy can slip out. But this is a really good way to find out a little bit about people. It's an interview question list that was brought to popularity by Inside the Actors Studio with James Lipton, and it's a questionnaire concept originated by French television personality Bernard Pivot on his show Apostrophes. So this is modeled after the Proust questionnaire, and these are some of the questions that Lipton asks on his show. So answer quickly, answer clearly, don't think too much, and we'll have you writing more music in no time, okay?
Sounds good.
Cool. Thanks again for doing this, and here we go. What is your least favorite word?
Moist.
What is your most favorite word? Turns you on.
Intelligence.
What turns you off?
Arrogance.
What sound or noise do you love?
What sounds?
Yes, what sound or noise do you love?
Snoring.
What sound or noise do you not love?
Snoring.
What is your favorite guilty pleasure?
I love cider.
Profession other than your own, of course, would you like to attempt?
PhD in clinical psychology.
And what profession would you not like to attempt?
Waiter, waitress.
Okay. And last but not least, of course, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at his pearly gates?
Welcome and have a good time.
Nice. Very nice. Well, Erin, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you so much for being a part of our show. I'm ecstatic to have you on. More importantly, thank you for using your kind voice to make a difference through sharing your music. We appreciate you and all of the insights you've shared. Good luck in everything you do. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Sure. It's been a blast. And stay tuned out there. We're going to play another track for you at the very end of the show. And we really do appreciate your time today, Erin. Good luck and keep amazing rock with that wonderful voice. And keep doing what you do. And thanks again.
Thanks, Tyler. I appreciate it.
Sure. No sweat. We're going to take a short break, but we will be right back with a few closing thoughts and, of course, that final track from Erin and the Wildfire. Thank you. Stay tuned.
Without food, not to lose weight, but to help people lose generations of hate. While many around him rose up with violence, he sat down for peace. When others used religion as an excuse for war, he used it to remind them of love. Mahatma Gandhi made the world a far better place by reaching out with the strength he cultivated within his soul. Soul, pass it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Welcome back. Thanks so much again for listening today. Our guest, Erin Lunsford of Erin and the Wildfire, has shared some unique insights into her music, and we couldn't be happier. Thanks again so much. If you would like more information about today's guest, visit our music program homepage at akindvoice.org. Let us know what you think about our program by emailing us at music@akindvoice.org. Also, Kind Voice on Music is all about supporting positivity and enthusiasm through all things music. This is only made possible by the support of guests and listeners alike. If you'd like to help with our show, make sure to visit akindvoice.org and click Join Us to find out how you can be a part of our show and help A Kind Voice on Music. We appreciate your support. Thank you so much for listening. We look forward to our next show. We have one more track from Erin and the Wildfire titled Best I've Ever Been. This is the award-winning track off of their debut EP, self-titled. This is Erin and the Wildfire.
I taught you to sing. You're welcome. Give you everything. And I'd do it again, but not you. Only brought me flowers twice.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. We look forward to our next show. Remember, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. Please use your kind voice to make a difference today. This is Tyler Wolf signing off for A Kind Voice on Music. Good night.
Choice to be a kind voice.